Alright, in figure G, you're going to start by finding the center of your paper and dropping down 9/16 of an inch to the center of this large layout circle. So from the beginning of the center of my paper here, I'm going to measure down 9/16, and then my first step is to lay out this red centerline circle here with diameter 4.5. So I'm using my 2H layout pencil. Draw a nice light layout line. You're going to be erasing all of your layout lines here, so make sure they are as light as possible. And then I'm going to measure down 9/16. So this is the center of the paper. This is going to be the center of my large 4.5 diameter circle here. So I'm going to measure out 2 1/4 inches so I can strike that arc. You want to keep this one light because this circle will be erased when you're finished. So again, not setting that to the center of the paper, but down 9/16. And then nice and light. I'm going to draw this a little darker so that hopefully this shows up well in the video. But there's my diameter 4.5 circle. Now, the intersection of this vertical line gives me the center point of this circle. These two, you're going to come down at 30 degrees until it hits that using your 30-60 degree triangle. So I'm going to compensate for pencil width. Make sure that looks good. I'm not going to draw a whole line there. I'm just going to draw a little line right there to show where that center point is, and then I'll do the same thing over on this side. Again, compensating for the thickness of your pencil to make that mark. And if you do it right, they should line up across here. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a nice light guideline so that later on I can use a circle template through that point. Your next step is to lay out these 3 radii around the outside. All 3 of them are radius 0.625. So that's what you're setting your compass to. You don't have to divide that. It's already set in radius where you see the R there. So you're going to set your radius to 0.625 and do all 3 of the outer ones. I'm going to keep those light because I don't know exactly where to start and stop these just yet. Okay, now that I have those 3 radii laid out, I'm going to use my 30-60 triangle to get a tangent line between those. So again, compensating for your pencil width, I'm going to draw in my object line on the 2 sides, and then I'll use my parallel edge to draw in along the bottom. Now I can go back through and I can erase the extra parts of the arc, and I can darken in the parts I need. So my compass is still set. I've cleaned up my drawing. I'm going to go back through and add these smaller circles. These are diameter 0.56, which is pretty small to do on your compass, so I'm going to use a circle template and find the diameter I want. So I want 9/16. To use a circle template, you've got to have the 2 guidelines so you can line up the vertical and horizontal crosshairs. So I'm going to add those in. I already have a horizontal here. Add one in up here with my 2H pencil. I can go back with the template, make sure I line up all 4 of the crosshairs, and with your mechanical pencil, draw that circle in. And then my last step is to draw this inner circle here, diameter 2.25. When you're all finished, don't forget to go back and complete your title block, name, date, scale. Scale is going to be 1:1 since you drew it, scale 1:1.